SMT Nation, we back. Nation, we got to talk about Frontier Communications, and I'm going to tell you guys why this wireline operator, this wireline home broadband company, is making it onto my channel content. And that's because they are the perfect wireline operator to be acquired by a big mobile network operator. Let me tell you who I think should purchase them or acquire them or merge with them, however you want to word it. Should it be T-Mobile, Verizon, or AT&T? Who do I think it's going to be? I do think they're a target, though. At least we can probably agree on that. Let's talk about that here in today's video. Link for the investing.com article on their most recent quarterly earnings. That'll be provided in the description. Ways to support us can be found there as well. Please do like and share this video. Subscribe if you're new here. And turn on the bell notifications icon to never miss an upload from the SMT. All right, so it looks like actually a pretty decent quarter, Q1 2024 for Frontier. They had a pretty good showing on a lot of metrics. They added almost 90,000 fiber subscribers, and I guess their quarterly revenue growth for the first time positive and growing since 2015. All right, so I'm sure a lot of people are very happy to hear about this, who are rooting for this company. Anyways, Frontier actually is fresh out of bankruptcy just a few years ago, and you know that financially they're heavily invested into just upgrading their network. A lot of old copper and DSL. You know, if you guys remember the sale to from Verizon to Frontier in a lot of those territories, really that's what Frontier is focusing on. Obviously, they're still trying to build in new areas, and they're looking for B dollars in that respect. I think they're trying to increase passings each quarter. Just recently, I think they increased their passings by 322,000 addresses. And I think now that's almost, it's approaching 7 million of those addresses. And I think that puts them near 70% of their projected goal. They're working towards it. I think most importantly, it's really about upgrading the legacy network. Now, something really important is going to be the financials. And, I was talking about, Frontier as an acquisition target. The average revenue per user for Frontier is up. 1 year ago this quarter, they were at $61.44. This quarter, this year, $65.18. That's pretty substantial improvement. And the way that they're doing this is by converting customers to higher rate plans with respect to speed. So selling the gigabit speed tier or higher. I think in some places they can actually do a faster speed, and then selling them, different additional like home mesh systems and Wi-Fi access points and things like that. But with their penetration rates increasing, and with their ARPU increasing, a lot of that stuff looks pretty good. They did have some copper losses. I think they lost 57,000, but with the additions at 88,000, that's still net adds for the quarter. Anyways, I say all that to now say this. I think it is time that we look at Frontier as a very, very important acquisition target for mobile network operators who are in the business of fiber. I think AT&T is aggressively going to be hunting the opportunity and preying upon the opportunity for Frontier. It makes total sense, right? Now, I don't know about the equipment. I don't know about the technologies. I don't know about any of that with respect to the technicals. But I think they're going to try like hell. And I think T-Mobile's going to try like hell too. And I'm not sure what the value of Frontier Communications is. I don't know what their market cap is. I'm just thinking aloud a little bit here. And I know these companies have a lot of debt, but the conversation about the acquisition could be a year or two from now. Things could start heating up. But I can tell you guys right now, I mean, you've got a company that's, upgrading its old legacy network to fiber. That's attractive. They're increasing their ARPU. Their customers are becoming more valuable. That's attractive. And, with the passings, with all those increased areas where they're building, that's attractive. It's more fiber laid that the acquirer wouldn't have to worry about building, right? So I don't think Verizon's in the business of buying back Frontier from their old, I just don't see how that's a thing. But I mean, they really do seem all in on fixed wireless access, but kind of doing their thing with Fios to a smaller scale, still growing, but slowly. And then there's T-Mobile, the elephant in the room. We've talked about US Cellular and, Frontier, and they've got that deal, acquiring Lumos in a joint venture. with EQT, I think that's going to be the race. I think it's going to be, can T-Mobile generate enough free cash flows and put themselves in a position to acquire Frontier? That would be huge. It would be monstrous for their company if they were to somehow do this. Now, this is forward looking. Like I said, we're talking about a year or two from now. And I think Frontier is probably worth more at that point, but the rates would be better. Cost to borrow would be improved. What do you guys think of the prospects of this? Is it T-Mobile? Is it AT&T? Is it Verizon? Tell me who you think is most likely in play for Frontier. Or do you think this is just pie in the sky? Probably not going to happen. Do you guys think regulations will get in the way? I don't know. Give me your take. Sound off in the comment section below. The voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.